Right, so the garden's a bit under 3/4 of an acre, heavy clay, near the motorway, perhaps hear it, we're in Gloucester. So if I just turn around, you'll see behind me the garden, conservatory. It's quite long, a lot of it's over a bank, and as I say, over to your right is the motorway. I've got 3 caravans in it. I've got my son's VW, a couple of sheds, first caravan. They're all, we tend to be clutterers, so we've got an awful lot of stuff, like a lot of people. Took down a row of conifers, which was definitely a good thing, opened it up. So this is the second caravan. Now that I've opened it up, one could see more. So this area here, I need to tidy up, probably remove the pond. I probably want a pond somewhere. My dad always liked ponds, so but I'm not quite sure where to put the pond. Perhaps I'll ask Stephen, he's the fisherman. So that's looking back at the house. It's a pile of wood, lots of piles of wood which would burn. I'm going to try and make things out of wood, but absolute novice. There's a shed. I think that's going to be green, but I'll coat it probably with some creosote type stuff. Need to redo the roof. Been doing a tiny bit of woodwork in that caravan, but that's a better one, and I make a lot of dust. This was a border I did last year, or the beginning of this year, which was really quite good with geums. Put a lot of daffs in around here, and in here, put leaves over. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Put an olive and a mulberry tree and peaches, various things I put in. So down here we've got big shed, needs tidying out, re-roofing, painting. Mark's old caravan, I think that's going to be my woodworking shed. And my other bit, that's Pat's pad, which my son Andrew made for me. That's just sort of keeping bits that probably don't need to be kept. Compost heaps. Walking a bit further down, there was standing water here, but we are on a hill. You may be able to hear the motorway. We're pretty close to the M5. So this is all stuff I chopped down. And trees, a lot of trees came down, but it's lightened it up a bit. Walking down to the bottom. Got a huge rose around here somewhere. Oops, that's a tree that's fallen there. Yes, this thing here is actually about an 18-foot rose, this one going up there. That's a rose, surprising. Whether it'll sprout at the top or the bottom, I'll be seen. This is the sort of second half of the garden, which is over the hedge. Whilst I was working, I just let it grow wild, keep burglars out. I managed to do my glasses in there somewhere, so a hunt for glasses. Plenty of scrubby trees. There was a lovely old willow tree that Mark had a tree house in, but Mark chopped that down. It's still sprouting from the base, but again it's getting a lot more light, but also quite a lot more noise. Houses over there, we've got neighbours there. That was a field, but now neighbours. And then along this sort of bit at the top, so a lot to do in the course of a year. Health isn't very good, so I have to take it slowly, do a bit a day, hour or two a day. Hedges still to be cut back. That's when I lost my glasses into the brambles. Hunted for them, but just couldn't find them. So that's another thing. That's an elderflower. The bark's a bit odd, but we'll see if it comes back. Trees, all the trees are planted. When we moved in 30 years ago, there wasn't anything more than just mud and a few little bits of grass. Conifers were a bad idea. Russian vine was a bad idea. Some of the conifers need to go, but they're a bit big. But my children helped me with chopping the trees. As I say, lots and lots of wood. This caravan here, Mark's one, that'll be my sort of workshop. I've now got electricity point again, which is really good because, like in second sleep, electricity is kind of important. So I've got electricity point there now. That should be just somewhere to have a cup of tea in the sunshine and keep out the rain. This, as I say, this needs a bit of repair here, and I think eventually things climbing up it, probably from pots, yeah, because there's a sort of work where the pots. A lot of this I think is the grass. I'll make a bigger grasser area and then decide where to have borders later, but grass is okay. So done a bit of spiking of the grass, and that's it. But I want colour. Janine likes purpley colours, so lots of purpley colours. All that side needs coming down quite a bit. Conifers out, I think, and other trees, maybe more fruit trees. So that's my task for the next year. Is hopefully in a year's time I will have had some better flowers, and maybe even grow a few veg, but I'm not quite sure where any veg would be. I think if I had vegetables, they'd probably be along where I've got the wood store, maybe. Yeah, maybe I could do, if I use up the wood. I think veg probably on that side. Probably, yeah. Got a lot of little box cuttings that I've grown, so I might use those as edgings. Yeah. Herbs would be good, nice herb garden. A lot of it, the problem is clay, and it's difficult to drain. So we get standing water. It used to be like World War I, either baked hard or soggy and, glutinous. But yes, at the bottom of this shed needs, this fence needs repainting, but there's standing water. That's water. That is water in there. Yep, heather. Nice. Camellia seems to do well here. Whether that's because they put a lot of peat in. I might try some more camellia. Roses do okay, but it's hard work things to get started. But yes, it's quite nice. All the autumn colour. Mid-November, as I say, off to Portugal. Do a few Portuguese pictures, and then back 1st of December. Right, okay, many thanks. Cheers then. Bye. Bye.